What if I started crying?
I don't know. I'd think about giving you a tissue.
Aww.
But then I probably wouldn't because that stuff can get expensive.
A tissue?
Boo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boo.
You know those tiny
Boo.
packs at gas stations? They can go for like $3 to $5. That's ridiculous.
That's not expensive.
Dr.
Dr.
Fucket.
Fucker?
Dr. Fucker. Stole
I love
fucking
that
chocolate
drink.
milk from the brown cows on
On
old
old McDonald's farm.
Wait a minute.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy.
Don't think too hard into it. Your brain's gonna melt.
What? Why?
It's very
Does not
complex
everyone know
stuff.
that brown cows make chocolate milk? Like, what's wrong with you? That's common sense.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I didn't even think about it.
prosecution, do you have an opening?
These cards suck. Hold on.
Remember, you can switch them.
I don't wanna.
Once.
Oh, you're talking about the cards.
I don't know what you can switch up there.
Them.
Oh, I see.
Speaking.
All right.
Pulls out my phone.
I don't know. I don't know what the lore should be for this one.
I don't know. You're the fucking prosecutor.
He can't even make an OC.
Alright,
True.
you've got a good point.
Hold on.
Come
So,
on, you got this.
all right.
He sharded.
No, that's not what I did. Don't accuse me of things. Why would you
Alright,
say that
so-
to me?
All right. Okay. So Dr. Fucker is the son of Dr. Fucker. They're both doctors.
Bro.
Mhm.
Whom is the brother of Old MacDonald. You see?
Oh.
And Old MacDonald has no kids, right? Dr.
But
Fucker
he does
does.
have a
He's
farm.
right here. Yeah, true. Good, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
So basically, there's this old story that says that there was a, really expensive ring in one of these cows. Okay, and the only way to get it is by randomly finding it in some milk, right? Okay, so stupid, right? That's dumb.
Mhm.
That's dumb, right? Right, guys. That's
This is
stupid.
some shit you hear from a cereal box.
Exactly. It's stupid. Okay. But it's true. It's true, I tell you. All right.
He believed in the
Mhm.
conspiracy.
And Dr. Fucker was just trying to find that after his uncle, Old MacDonald, hit it like a little bitch. So here you go.
Wait a minute.
So he
I'm
knew
sorry,
about
why are you
it?
playing the defendant?
Huh?
He's not. I understand. He's calling Dr. Fucker a little bitch.
Oh,
For trying to steal
Yeah. I'm
Uncle's
saying, okay,
treasure.
wait, you gotta let me speak so I can put a
Allegedly.
card down.
Oh,
Riley.
my bad. I
Riley.
thought it was on you. Oh, wrong thing.
Riley.
Oh wait, that's not Riley. I'm used
I'm
to
in
you
the
being there.
jury.
Alright. So, yes, the ring. That is the thing. I was gonna click that sooner so it would line up with what I was saying, but Espen didn't let me.
Oh, I
Anyway,
thought it
yes.
was on you. That's my bad.
Yes, anyway.
I thought it was on
so
you too,
that's
to be fair.
that's what Dr. Fucker was doing. He was, which is bad, by the way. It's illegal. I'm just saying.
Wait,
That's what he's doing.
What?
That's the story.
Stealing an inheritance.
He invaded a farm just because it's his uncle and he wanted a ring. You can't do that. Can't do that, by the way. Can't do that, by the way, guy.
Defense. Got anything to say to that?
Alright, so here's the thing about Dr. Fucker. He had to move unexpectedly. Question mark. And also,
Question mark?
he
Relevance.
ordered the milk from Old MacDonald's farm and never got it.
Relevance.
Ooh.
That doesn't
Ooh.
mean you can invade somebody's farm.
And never
Your Honor.
got it.
Your Honor.
But
He spent money on it, and he wanted it.
Your Honor.
He needed it. No, because he ordered this milk months ago. Okay,
Your Honor.
and he
Says does not matter.
needed the milk because he had to move for a new job opening.
It doesn't make it okay, Your Honor. Who gives a fuck? It's illegal.
Hey Riley, how do
Gives a
you
fuck, Your Honor.
check the board and put like X's on things?
you click on the board.
I think Al wants to put X's on my stuff.
Oh, okay, like that. Got it. So I failed to see how the move is relevant to this.
Mm-hmm.
Because
But
he's
the-
leaving. He needs
No,
the milk
but-
now.
But still, it doesn't
Your
feel
Honor, if I
relevant.
may
He's
Yes.
yeah, what? Oh, I don't think he. Oh, right, he can't hear me. I'm just nodding.
I don't know, your mouth is moving.
Am I? Alright. So
It's just
how
kinda
do you infer
delayed,
that
I
the milk
guess.
Is related to them being brothers and sons, etc.
Their
Yes, please.
uncle and nephew, I think.
Yes, yes. Dr. Fucker is the
I
nephew
can't
of
handle
Old
having
McDonald.
another person here.
Oh,
Huh?
Oh my god. Just the fact that he can't hear us and shit. But he can hear us, but he sounds like a 20-second delay.
Anyways,
Depends on which
I
stream he's watching.
still fail to see how the move is relevant.
because he
Mhm,
needed it
mhm.
now. That's why he stole it.
You're the man, Honor.
But that has to do with it not being delivered. The move
You're the
itself
man,
is
Honor.
not relevant. I do not
Yes.
care that he had to
But it was
move
urgent.
sooner
But
or
it was
later.
urgent.
Why would it be so
Okay.
urgent?
Because he's
Contact.
Still
leaving.
illegal.
He is
Still
Going
leaving
up.
illegal.
the country.
Still illegal.
Fleeing?
No,
He's
leaving.
fleeing from his crimes.
Oh my god, what crimes?
Of stealing milk.
He
Is it
just
not
admitted that he did a
illegal-
crime.
Is it not illegal to steal money?
What?
You're not convincing me that the
What are you
move
talking
is
about?
relevant.
Old McDonald literally stole his money, and he's just trying to get what he paid for before he leaves the country.
Going up
Oh.
illegally, there are many other routes you can take besides that. Are you saying
But-
that your
Now
client
he's growling.
commit trespassing?
Is it trespassing?
Sounds like you're saying that he
But-
committed trespassing.
It sounds
But-
like Old
Exactly what they're
McDonald
saying, Your
fucking
Honor.
scammed him out of $500.
Take
Well,
it to court
that's a
then. Take it to
whole
court.
That's a
different case.
lot of
That's a whole
fucking-
different
May
case.
I,
That's a lot of money for
may
milk.
I speak on this, Your Honor?
Sure, juror.
So,
Sure,
I think that the defense here is saying this was really a crime of passion, you know? Because buckets of
Crime?
chocolate milk, that is a lot of chocolate milk, Your Honor. I don't know how much of a chocolate milk head you are, but
I mean, I
in the-
enjoy a cup every now and then.
in the chocolate milk community, not getting your chocolate milk for months, say, at a time, as Dr. Fucker here had to endure, is absolutely devastating. And really, what other recourse did he have? He needed that chocolate milk, and I believe you should waive his sentence because
Juror, you sound biased.
it's a very understandable crime, okay?
I'm not
Alright.
understanding
It's a
this
crime of
crime.
necessity.
I'm
It's a
gonna.
crime of necessity, Your
Listen,
He
Honor.
was
listen,
literally
listen.
like having to leave
Understanding.
the country. He was
Order,
going
order,
into
order,
the
order, order, order,
military.
order. All right.
You can't say order.
The juror
You're a
brings up
fucking
a
attorney.
good point. Okay, so he says that it was a crime of passion, which meant he took a lot of time milking these cows, right? That's a
Mhm.
good point. He abused these cows just to get the eensy teensy little bit out of the nipples, okay?
Mhm,
And that's
trying to get-
bad. That's bad. Animal abuse. Just because you want your ring, Dr. Fucker, doesn't mean you can't have. Also, it's not your ring, but you know what I mean. Your money doesn't mean you can milk these cows until they bleed. Okay, that's wrong. That's wrong.
God.
Have
Do you
something to
have
say?
any? Oh, Okay.
Have you ever thought about the fact that this is actually retribution for what Old MacDonald did to Dr. Fucker? Because we found this
Relevance.
in Old MacDonald's house, and the name on the comic book, it's a really, really rare edition, by the way, says Dr. Fucker on it.
Okay, it could be borrowed from Dr. Fucker's
And he
father. Like
ruined it,
parents
and
buy
it's
stuff for
ripped,
their
and
kids.
it's torn, and it's really rare. It's really expensive.
Well,
Relevance.
accidents happen, but that is also
Relevance.
just not relevant to the case at all.
This comic book costs more than the fine that Dr. Fucker would suffer if he were to be charged.
Relevance.
I fail to see how this is relevant.
How is that not relevant?
You're
Judge.
just trying to absolve your criminal here of his crime just because
Old MacDonald is
he
a
was
criminal
wronged.
too.
And that would be a separate case. That stuff has nothing to do in like
It sounds
Like,
like no one
Alright.
cares to listen to me.
I
This
mean
is
I'm
fucked
I'm
up.
listening, but the move
Your arguments
wasn't
aren't
relevant
sound
and
with
the comic
legalness.
book didn't really feel wholly relevant.
Your Honor, I have something I'd like to say.
Yes, chocolate milk juror.
I am. One could say I'm a biased man, but
Uh-huh.
I am an expert in all things chocolate milk, and
Whoa.
I think that you see, when a man threatens another man's life, and
Are you threatening the judge?
they when they are threatened under pain of death, they are legally permissible. It is legally permissible to defend themselves, correct? So, in the case of a
Can
man's
you stop
property,
this, dude?
a man's chocolate milk that he paid his hard-earned dollars for, when that doesn't get delivered, is it not almost a form of self-defense to then liberate that chocolate milk from Old MacDonald's cows?
No. Because he could have reported it for theft. He could have talked to his bank and like shown the invoices, like had all the evidence that shows that delivery never happened.
Wait.
But Your Honor, I should really let the defense speak. I'm a fucking juror.
Honestly, I would like to hear more stuff from the prosecution and see if they have more evidence before.
so
I do.
true.
I do.
Again.
I do.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor. Your Honor,
Oh.
I was just notified of my co-lawyer here. He's invisible, but my co-lawyer here added
Imaginary
more to the
friend.
case last night, and he notified me of this. This is a bill of a couple $100,000 that Dr. Fucker wasted.
Mhm.
He wasted it. He wasted it on gambling. Why do you need the money so bad? Unless you're gonna just go gamble it. Or you weren't gonna gamble it, but then you needed more money because you wasted it all on gambling.
This is ironic for Zane.
What does this gambling bill have to do? Like, what are you implying this has to
Okay,
do with
so my
motivation?
implication is he either wasted all his money on gambling, and now he's trying the only way he knows how to get a large sum of money really fast, really easily, which is finding that ring, or B, he's just gonna do the same thing I said with A, except he's gonna go waste it on gambling, and he doesn't really need the money.
Fascinating. Okay. Defense. Do you have anything to say to this?
Not to that in particular, but I would like to address the claim that my client did not attempt to report this. He
Mhm.
did, but his mail was swapped.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Okay.
He wasn't able to report it the police officers, they would not listen to him at all when he tried to talk to them directly. So he
I
tried
believe
to
that.
he tried
Mhm.
to send a report to the mayor, but
Mhm.
the report was taken from his mailbox.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see. I see.
And sometimes a man just
What is
has to
this
take
implicating?
matters into his own hands whenever
What's
the
the
law
implication?
won't help him.
Be clear. Clear with your statement. What's your implication?
What's your
You,
implication?
it sounds like you're still implying that your client is, however, guilty of the accusation at hand of stealing
That's
the
true.
buckets, because you keep implying
but
that
it's
your
not
client has
stealing.
in
It's
fact done
not
this.
stealing if he paid for it.
He didn't pay for the ring.
But
He was looking after the ring.
He
Your
paid
Honor-
for the milk.
he paid for the milk.
Okay.
The ring has nothing
Yeah,
to do
Your
with
Honor-
anything.
Your Honor, he keeps bringing up this ring. This man is obviously just a chocolate milk connoisseur, and I wouldn't
Yeah, the
expect
ring
the
does feel
prosecution
very
to
out of
understand that,
place.
but he seems to be very heavily leaning on that ring and money. Perhaps because
Either
he's
way-
a greedy soul.
Either way, this is irrelevant what they're saying, and sure, what I'm saying is a little irrelevant, but stole buckets of chocolate milk. Sure, he paid for them. You can't go on someone else's property and take.
But it's
Because that's
not
what you're doing.
stealing.
It is stealing and
It's not, he
trespassing. There
paid
are a lot of
for it.
charges. Like,
Even if you want to
Paid
say it's not
for it.
stealing, he trespassed.
It's not
It's
trespassing.
illegal. It's illegal.
It's not
and
trespassing.
and
Yeah?
he had this bent nail that was on his person as if a weapon, Your Honor.
A weapon?
relevance.
As if relevance. He's armed. Why would he invade
What?
someone's home and be armed unless he possibly intended on using it?
Judge,
What?
Mm.
That would make the charges more, Your Honor, if you don't know how laws work.
listen. Old
If he's
McDonald,
armed.
Old McDonald literally invited Dr. Fucker over for tea.
That's false. False. Objection.
It can't be trespassing if he was invited.
Objection. Objection. Where's the evidence?
I just put it up there.
Wait, let me see.
It was found with
A tea bag? What does that prove?
It was found
That
with
he
both their
was-
DNA on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
I
Then
mean,
he was offered
if
tea.
there's
That's his
any
uncle. He's
evidence
been over
that
to the
he was
house,
over
sure.
there-
Then it wasn't
Yeah,
Yeah, but it
trespassing,
wasn't
right?
trespassing.
Not that time.
But that time he took the milk that he paid for.
That old McDonald didn't want him to have then.
That he paid
Just because he paid for it, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
if
it
I pay for
does.
something, the order was scheduled. It was gonna be there.
No, because it was never delivered.
So, it was delayed.
Order.
But for
Order.
like,
Let's calm
Months.
down for a
Still
moment.
stealing. Still stealing.
No,
By the way,
it's not. He
trespassing.
Okay.
paid for it, and it's not trespassing. He was invited.
You can say that. Doesn't make it true.
What am I supposed to do then?
You've already admitted that he's guilty.
I didn't say that. I said that he did take the
We-
milk that he was rightfully owed because he spent 500. Okay.
Let's take a moment, okay, lawyers? Let's take a moment. Take a deep breath. All right. Now, you, prosecution.
What the fuck? I'm reading.
Sorry. You are you recently have just added to this. So initially, you were claiming that this was all about a ring. Then you are trying to infer that because a bent nail was on their person, that's somehow a weapon.
It is.
That they intended to use. That you don't have any context for that. For all we know, it was just in his pocket. People have weird stuff on them all the time.
Okay, sure, whatever.
So I'm
but
failing
it's
to
definitely a
see
weapon.
how this bent nail is relevant to the case.
It's definitely a weapon, but okay. Anyway,
That's your opinion.
so
an
not a
opinion.
weapon.
definitely was a weapon.
fucking nail. In
It's
a
a fucking
bench.
Yeah,
It's a trend.
trend.
It's a railroad nail. It's not a regular nail, you idiot. Why would he have a regular
When
nail on
did
him? If
you
that can't be a weapon. That can't be a weapon, dummy.
No shit. Well, where
There's
did
other nails. There's other nails.
Zane
where'd
might
the
be mad.
rail nail come from?
Okay, I
There's
think.
other
Okay.
nails.
Well,
Just because you don't have,
Do you
you
have
haven't expanded your nail
anything
definition, is
else
it my
to add
fault?
on
Oh, I'm
to
so
your
sorry.
prosecution? Any more evidence to give?
God.
I could. It would be really fun.
I don't want him to win.
You're telling it how
What is it?
is.
Hold on. Let me look this up. Hold on. I don't know what this
What
guy
do you
is.
look-
Our jury
Yeah.
seems to be firmly in the defendant's
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah, it's because
currently.
it's bought and paid for. I know.
This is a jury of your peers, sir.
I don't
Of,
give a
of, your,
damn.
of your client's peers, of course.
My client.
Yeah.
What?
Family drama.
I don't know how to use this card.
Also,
I don't-
did the other guy
I don't know how
leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he noticed we weren't really talking to him.
He's still in my chat.
Yeah. I feel bad.
Yeah.
I wish the mics in this game were better.
Yeah.
Like voice
True.
codec.
But it also doesn't pay to really be here when he could just watch in the stream, I think.
Yeah, I mean he is watching.
Which is pretty cool.
Wait, I can. What does that do?
You just gave up your
Yeah,
turn.
you just gave up your
Oh.
turn.
Yeah, it skips
give it
your
back.
turn.
It tells you. Well, actually, the book beside you tells you.
Oh no, it tells me whenever I hover over it.
Bless
Anyway, Your Honor, they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, it wasn't trespassing." Old McDonald says differently. By the way,
Mhm.
by the way,
He is being sued by Old McDonald. I will make
Yes,
that
he
clear
says he was
to
trespassing.
the
That is
defense and
true.
jury.
Yeah, that
That is what he's being charged with. It's not like some random person caught him on that farm.
Yeah,
it was Old
but-
McDonald.
but
I say something?
Your Honor. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, wait.
He was literally invited for tea. Old McDonald is just saying shit. So that
that's
he can
just
steal
not
his money.
true.
But
That's
it
just
is,
not
it's
true.
right
Just because
there.
it has both their DNA on it doesn't mean shit.
What
He
evidence
wasn't
do
invited
you
that
have?
time.
Listen, okay.
Old
that
McDonald's
is-
word. I don't know. I'm the
Alright.
lawyer.
All right, lawyers, listen. So, from what I have heard from both of you today, so far anyways, is that, let's just put it at the base, right? Dr. Fucker has been accused of trespassing and stealing buckets of milk.
Yes.
All right? So, at a baseline, you, defense, have said specifically multiple times, basically admitting your client's guilt for
has
at
not
least trespassing.
Incorrect.
No, that's
not
not
guilt,
true.
confirmation of his actions.
That's not true. No guilt.
Of which he's
You've
being.
admitted that he has trespassed.
No, I haven't
No,
because
the
he was
actions that he-
invited.
That's not true.
But it is.
It's not.
It is. He was invited over for tea because he's gonna move soon.
I
Okay,
feel like old
uh,
McDonald is just
Your Honor.
making this lawsuit so he can get
Yeah.
the money, like more money out of his
Exactly.
nephew.
Like, Your Honor, can I paint you a picture? So,
The defense should be painting me this picture.
well, I am his co-counsel.
I guess.
You are in the jury,
Officially.
and if you are co-counsel, you need to get out of here. You can't be in the jury panel.
But here's the
But
thing.
look, I'm
Wait,
good with
no,
words.
shut
please.
the fuck up. Let me
Okay.
speak. Let me speak. You say the move wasn't relevant, but it is because the reason he invited him over for tea was because he was moving soon.
But you never said that initially.
I don't need to say it initially, I said it now. What is his defense? He's talking about a fucking ring?
No, we're not talking about the ring right now. Because your
What?
client never got the ring anyway. He was going
Yes.
for it, but
No, he wasn't. He was going for the milk that he paid
You
for.
literally-
you can go
That
for
does
multiple
really
things.
seem like a
You can
non
go for
sequitur.
multiple things. You can go for multiple things. Anyway, anyway, he didn't come over for tea, by the way.
Yes, he
That is
did.
his uncle. That is his uncle. Just because that evidence is irrelevant, because just because it has his DNA on it doesn't mean anything. He comes over frequently, but this one time he came
I'm
over,
sorry.
did something old McDonald wouldn't want him to do, which is steal from him. Just because he ordered something doesn't mean you can just take it whenever you want.
Yeah. Listen. Look at me. Look at me in my eyes. Old McDonald literally scammed this poor man out of his money. He didn't even
Wrong.
prove it. Where's your evidence?
prove it?
Where is any of your evidence?
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
I would like to hear
What
more
is your
from you.
evidence?
What is my evidence? It's up there.
Yeah,
I mean,
mine
they
is
are.
too.
The defense is painting a coherent story, but so far from what I'm seeing, is that he
Doesn't
never
matter.
got the ring. So in a sense, and also that's just super speculative. We don't know his specific
Well, like,
motivation.
to be fair, Your
No-
Honor, like
there's
you said, the
nothing
ring
that's
doesn't
really
matter
confirmed
too much.
besides
It's about
that
the buckets
bill.
of chocolate milk.
Okay, but
Yes.
Your Honor, can we just?
But you
can we
haven't
just
given
call
me a
it-
lot.
The
to
ring
work
is
off
motivation.
prosecution.
The ring is motivation, so I don't.
Can we call attention to the fact that the prosecution is just throwing mud up on the board and seeing what sticks?
Me and
I
Aaron
would
would
like
ring.
to hear
You and I have
more.
less mud on the
He's
board
trying
than
to
the other
sneak in
guy.
and kill the guy.
You
He's
and I
trying to
have-
steal the ring.
silence,
He's trying
very
to steal-
That's not what I
silence in
said.
the court. Silence in the court. Prosecution.
I
I
wanna
would like to.
scream.
I would like to just hear more from you. Like,
Just
do
to
you
be
have
clear.
anything else you can present?
Just to be clear, I didn't say he was trying to murder him. I said he had a weapon, a potential weapon, on him, on his person. Okay, that does it. If he is charged with something, that could be added to the charges. I'm not saying that he was going there to murder him. Anyway, what was I
So you're
saying?
saying it's
What'd
irrelevant
you
to
say?
the court case, and you're
I
trying
just want to
to
know if you have
No.
anything
charge
else you can
hunt.
present. Like, I need more convincing than just these three things
Dude, my
you've
cards
given
fucking
me.
suck, bro.
Make 'em work.
There's nothing here I can, there's nothing here I can make up.
Ugh. That's why
You
you're
can
going
do
in
it.
fucking
Sounds like you're cooked.
circles.
Not
You
really.
got nothing.
All I'm saying is that I have given you all of the evidence I need.
If
Mhm.
this ever comes out
Not
of
really.
the
What are
courtroom,
these?
I will
What are any
smash
of
you
these?
upside the head with a rock.
It could be really funny though.
Ugh.
Why don't you just present your evidence?
All right.
Scary mess.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, Your Honor, this was something we found in his apartment. I don't know wherever he lives.
Mhm.
And it was used, presumably, to hide his identity, but he was caught. You see, by Old McDonald, and that's what this court case is about.
I see. Okay.
Why would he be wearing a mask onto the property? If not to keep Old McDonald away by intimidation, or just to not let him know his identity.
So, can I just get clarification that you said that the scary mask was found on the defendant's property?
I don't know. I don't know what I said.
Well, I know what he.
You sound like
he
a
said.
reliable narrator.
He said that the mask was on Dr. Fucker's person when he was caught on the property. So, defense, you got anything to say to that?
Dr. Fucker is autistic. That's his emotional support mask. He was not wearing it.
Okay, you know what? I can accept that.
That's just an opinion. That doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean it's just an opinion?
That's not an opinion. No, he was
Show me
literally
evidence of
invited
anybody
over
believing
for
that.
tea. He was
Old
lit-
McDonald had
he was
never saw him
invited
wear
over
that.
For tea.
He wasn't wearing it though. It was on his
It's-
person, but he wasn't wearing it.
He was
wasn't
wearing it.
That's just
He
what he
was wearing
said.
No, it's in his pocket. You said it was on his
No,
person.
I-
You didn't say
but it
he
was-
You
was
said it
wearing
was
it.
on his person.
I did say he was wearing it.
No,
No.
the prosecution did say he was wearing it when he
But
was.
yeah,
that's
why
not
would he not be
true.
wearing it?
He was invited
That
over.
is true.
He was invited over. It was just, it's his emotional support mask. Everyone
I don't know why we
knows.
keep talking about this invite that didn't happen. That just did not
Why
happen.
don't you just shut the fuck up and let me speak for a minute, okay?
You do enough of that.
So
Oh, but
what
you're
it sounds
dodging
like,
everything and it's killing me.
what it sounds like to me, this is just an opinion from a juror, but it sounds like Dr. Fucker here has a mask fetish.
No.
What?
No, it's not that
And-
either.
Isn't that
And he
really
was
cool?
invited over for tea with Old MacDonald, and just happened to have the mask on his person. And then he went to collect the buckets of chocolate milk that he had legally paid for, and because Old MacDonald knew that Dr. Fucker was leaving the country soon, he thought he wouldn't fly back to be in court to fight this, so Old MacDonald thought he could get away with suing him and taking his money and winning because he would default on the court case.
I would like to.
That's what it sounds like.
I would like to
That
add
sounds
something.
like the.
What?
Crap, I didn't mean to do that, by the way.
I would like to add
accidentally
something.
I was
I
clicking
would like
back
to
in.
add something about this mask. Dr. Fucker
Mhm.
has had this mask since he was a child. Old MacDonald has seen him wear it many times.
That's not true. That's not
It is
true.
true. It is true.
That's not true.
It is.
Where's your evidence?
Where's your evidence?
I don't need evidence for something you're claiming.
I don't need evidence for something you're claiming.
Yes, you do.
I mean, yes, you do.
No, you don't.
To an extent. To an extent.
But he
Wait,
does too.
You can't just be... Oh, I wasn't invading your property. This is my emotional
He
support
was
property.
literally, literally invited for tea. I don't know what to tell
No,
you.
he wasn't.
Yes,
Not
he
that
was.
night.
Yes,
No, he
was.
wasn't.
Alright, order.
Oh, can I say
I
something?
think we have been presented with a lot of stuff. So I would like to hand it off to the jury to share their insight to this. So, Rudy, what are your thoughts
I just
on
want
what
to
you've been
say.
presented with?
I just want to say that how could you even tell that the used tea bag was from a different, visitation? Like, seriously, if it didn't, yeah, it would have both of their bacteria because they've always visited each other. But why would it not matter here? Because it would have probably been
Huh?
cleaned by then, right? Like before then?
No, not.
You don't
no.
clean the tea
Doesn't
bag.
matter.
Not the tea
No.
bag. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
the
it was in the
cups.
trash can.
Oh,
It is
actually,
proof
he does have
that
a.
they had recently been visiting.
I was gonna say he has a point.
You could easily just fucking plant DNA. Like I said, he's been over to Old MacDonald's house multiple
I'm sorry,
times. His
wait a
DNA is
minute.
probably all over the house.
Wait a minute,
His fingerprints.
but not on tea bags. So, are you suggesting that my client trespassed just to plant a tea bag as evidence?
it wouldn't be hard,
That
and it
seems a
wouldn't be
bit-
trespassing
That
if he was
seems
just
a bit
visiting.
ridiculous to me because there were two tea
Oh,
bags.
so that's an
That does
opinion,
seem-
sir. That's
no,
an
that
opinion.
seems a little excessive
so
just to
Zane-
plant a tea bag.
Just to get off
Zane-
scot free of a criminal charge and not go to jail. Yeah, that's a bit excessive. Sure, yeah.
So Zane concedes that it was not trespassing at this point, right?
No,
Because
no, that's not what I said.
You say he goes over all the time. There is actual
Yes.
legal precedent for that, meaning that
Not at night though. Usually not at night.
Who
What
said
you're
this was at
talking
night?
about is during the day.
this is additional
I'm-
context that we had not
Yeah,
been
who said
provided
anything
before.
about it being nighttime?
This is what it's in the case.
Oh,
He-
Your Honor.
why would he come
Your
over?
Honor.
Why would he come over? Why would he? Hey, Your Honor. Why would he come over and try to sneak into the yard during like broad daylight?
Who
That's
said he
stupid.
was sneaking?
Old MacDonald.
He was invited over. Old MacDonald just wants to steal
man,
more
just-
money from Dr. Fucker.
Fuck that old man! God damn!
See, I hear one side asking you to believe that the
I
man
think
you
we're
see
arguing
before
two different
before
things,
you
Your
today.
Honor.
I see one side asking you to see that he wanted to steal this milk so that he could get a inherited ring so that he could be a bunch of money from Old MacDonald while he is leaving the country, and also he brought a bent nail and a scary mask to threaten this man for some reason. And the other side is asking you to believe that Dr. Fucker has had his money taken from him, and his milk never delivered. And when he tried to get it himself, he was brought to court.
Not to mention, he tried
Which
to
one sounds
report.
more likely?
He tried to report the stolen money,
Yeah,
and he was
try to
ignored
report
by the
it.
police. And someone, I'm not naming names, swapped his mail out.
Oh, so that's a bit far fetched going that far. That's a bit ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Doing all that,
You're going
swapping mail.
far-fetched.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That makes a lot more
Alright.
sense than
Anyway, Your
planting a
Honor.
teabag.
It does.
Your Honor. Not really. One is way easier to do, I'd imagine, when you're already over there. Anyway.
When he was invited over there, yeah, I imagine that
It
is easy.
becomes
Yeah, the multiple times he's invited, but then he comes over at night
It
one
wasn't
time to steal a bunch of milk. It was.
It was literally during the day.
It wasn't. Why would he steal milk during the day? It's
you
stupid.
can still
literally-
end up trespassing at some point, even when you are initially invited to the property, if you go to places you were not specifically allowed to go.
But
True.
this
But
isn't
he
for
practically
trespassing.
grew up on
This
that
isn't
farm.
for trespassing. This is
That's
for
not
stealing
true.
milk. And he didn't
And
steal
Grew up
you
milk
with
have
his
because he
father,
paid
Dr.
for it.
Fucker.
He paid for it. It's not stealing.
But he went onto the property and took it before
Just
it
because
arrived
you
to
order
him.
an Amazon package, you can't just walk in the warehouse and be like, "Oh yeah, I know you're gonna deliver this in 2
Mhm.
days, but it's mine." Like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Months since he didn't get the fucking milk.
Yeah. But what if Amazon doesn't deliver?
Then you take him to
for
court.
months?
You
You
take
take him
my
to court
client
and you
to
They
become
were
court.
more persistent.
ignoring him.
But
What,
Judge,
2
in
times?
good
And you can't ignore a
conscience,
lawyer.
can you, in good conscience, send this poor chocolate milk aficionado to prison over the baseless claims that he's wearing a mask and carrying a bent nail into this man's house? It sounds
would like
like
to
the
mention
prosecutor
something.
is fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Old MacDonald's farm does not belong to Old MacDonald, but Old MacDonald's parents.
Oh.
That's not true.
Yes,
I
it
have the
is.
documents right here.
It's inherited
is.
property. I have seen these
No,
papers.
no. Because
What-
those
how did-
papers were falsified. Old MacDonald's
That's not
parents are still
true.
alive.
Relevance, relevance,
true.
relevance, 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 relevance. What does that have to do with anything?
He wasn't trespassing. He didn't steal
was.
anything. He paid for the
It's not.
milk.
It
It's
is
his
literally Old
grandparents'
McDonald.
property. It's not Old MacDonald's property. Old MacDonald just lives there.
That's not true.
Yes,
That's
it is.
wild.
That's not true, Your
Yes,
Honor.
it is.
That
We
has-
we have
that
the
is-
papers. You
that
said you
is-
saw them.
I indeed have. I have to see a lot of paperwork before these things come into my courtroom.
But those papers were falsified. Old MacDonald's parents are still alive. He didn't inherit
Evidence?
shit.
Evidence?
They
Anything?
must be
Anything,
old
Your
as
Honor?
fuck.
Anything
All
for
right,
your
listen.
argument?
All right, listen. What we are here for is that the client has been accused of stealing buckets of chocolate milk from Old MacDonald's farm.
Specifically the brown cows.
Specifically, the buckets he paid for.
True.
But
Again, we already
just
went over
because
this.
he paid for them, does that mean even if he is invited over that he can invite himself to go and retrieve his purchase?
I
I
don't
think he
know.
was
So at
very
the end of the
polite
day-
to wait months.
He tried.
But still, and he still could have been persistent and done other things besides what he did. Desperate times do not always call for desperate measures.
Not even
So what
desperate
about Old
times,
MacDonald?
bruh.
Like, does he just get off scot-free for this? For these crimes
you're-
that he's committed against
No.
his nephew?
No, if your client
There's no
doesn't
crimes.
choose to pursue this further,
No crimes!
Then-
He stole his money!
that's
That's
a whole
not
separate
true.
case.
He
and
literally invited him over for tea. It's not trespassing.
that
It
is
is.
going. Listen,
It's
if your
not.
client chooses to take
is.
this further,
No.
that is up to him.
This is literally rude.
But-
Just fucking
but
guilty
at
him.
the baseline.
Go on. I know what
at
you're
the
fucking
baseline-
doing. This is bullshit. I literally won, but go off.
No, but at the baseline, you have admitted several times that your client did what he was accused of.
But that's not what he was accused of. He didn't steal anything.
Just because you pay for it doesn't mean you can go and grab it just because it doesn't show up.
What are you yapping about? Yes, it does.
That's
He's
what-
at least
that's what-
No,
owed
it
a
does
refund.
not.
No, that's what suing is for.
He goes through and does it a different way. The way he did it was criminal.
No, it wasn't.
Like, that's not legal. So your client will be fined. He's not going to go to
Finding
jail, but he will be
Justice for
fined.
Dr. Fucker. What the hell? What the? Wow.
No, this is actually bullshit.
No,